104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K. Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Houston, Texas.
To party?
It's
Friday. Thank you, God.
Yay. I mean, it's only really been 2 real days of school and stuff, but still, we're always ready for a Friday.
For some people. For some people, they went through the whole week.
You still work?
Maybe just like essential workers, right? I mean, most of the workforce was home on Tuesday.
Kevin and I were here every single day of the weekend here.
Well,
not that we didn't work. Everybody worked.
That's what I'm saying, but like, it's been an off week. It's not like
You
we
weren't
had
here
a full
Monday.
Monday through Friday.
I was here
Always so
Monday, Ryan.
detailed.
You know what? You're right. Shame on me. Sam was here every day of the week.
By
I'm just
herself.
kidding.
It
I
was
wasn't here
me.
Tuesday, Wednesday, though.
She
He's
was
like,
wrong.
don't you remember my kid hitting me in the head when we were on the air? Friday, January 24th. That is today at 6:01 a.m. and the whole gang is here. But don't you want to know what happened yesterday in that Crazy Roses? Let's go. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming to us. Good luck.
Thanks.
You know, I think this really resonated with a lot of people. I know this morning at 6:40, you're going to hear a listener line call that is such an eye-opener, and it could happen to anyone.
And the timing of this call, because this happened a couple of years ago, what happened to her, but it's finishing up this week
Yes.
in court.
As a matter of fact, today.
Is it today?
Today.
Well, I guess today's Friday, yeah. I
Yeah.
heard it yesterday, so.
So we'll hear it at 6:40. Also at 7:20, we're going to have Rania Mancarius in the studio. She's here from Crime Stoppers. We had already planned to talk to Rania before this Roses happened, but we've talked about sex trafficking and sextortion, like extorting somebody for all kinds of stuff. Like, there's this whole epidemic of crime that's going on, sweeping young boys online who get their innocent pictures taken and they're used against them. And like, give me all your money or else I'm going to destroy your reputation and send this to your whole school and embarrass you, your whole neighborhood.
And now with AI, where they actually, these photos can look so real.
But I'm just thinking it's a great opportunity for parents that drive their kids, or their kids are 16, maybe they're driving themselves,
Yeah.
tell their kids to tune in.
It's a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, just to listen to it. And yeah, because how do you bring that up at dinner? Hey, pass the rolls.
It's
And
just very
by the way,
awkward.
kids, you should be careful if you're going to date. This guy could do this.
But that's
Or
the
he
one thing
could-
I
then
love
he
about
can
this show is,
trafficking.
we can have a lot of fun, and we will have a lot of fun this morning, but you can also learn a little bit. And
Prank call. Kevin will have one at 7.
so it's like these are all things, and use us as a catalyst to get the conversation started.
My neck still hurts. My
What do
daughter
you do?
hit me with a snowball, but she hit me perfect right
You have a snowball injury.
of the spine, right where the neck and the me here. What would this part be?
Yeah,
Oh, right there.
you're
It's like a perfect ice
The
snowball hit
top of your
right there.
spine.
I wasn't even expecting it. Like, she's like, "Oh, sorry, Dad, I'm at your back. I wanted to hit you in the back."
And it went up
And
higher.
now I'm like, man, my neck is
Are you serious? From a snowball?
yeah, it's like this close,
Whoa.
5 feet away.
Uh-huh.
Wham!
Oh wow.
Oh,
Back right in the
man.
perfect part. I'm like, oh God, what the hell was that?
Is it bruised?
I don't think so. Because I had like 2 layers on, and still hurt. I'm like, man, she should
Really
be a
powerful
pitcher.
snowball if it got through 2
so
layers of your
funny.
winter clothes.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I'm like, man, that's pretty good throw.
Do you need to go to a chiropractor?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I've only been to one once.
It freaks me
I
out.
went there with
me
jeans
too.
on. I wish I had jogging pants when I did that.
Yeah, because they put you in different little places.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, I thought you got like in your underwear or something.
Well, that's odd. Can you
That is a-
imagine?
But
It hides my
you
first
show up
time
that
here. I'm
way?
naked.
Hey, Doc.
And
You
what
really
are you
can be
doing?
clothed.
Because they're trying to move you
don't
and
have
get you
to
in
be naked?
moves.
No,
Not
you
a
have to be
massage.
I went
Yeah.
through all
Yeah,
that.
so I thought it was like a massage.
These are like quick movements
Yeah,
for
I
chiro.
regularly
It's like
I
go
don't
to the
think I ever
chiropractor.
stripped my
I never
underwear.
had taken my clothes off.
No,
No.
but
I'll take my jacket off maybe. To
I
get
didn't have
more.
jeans on. That's why I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Eric said, "Can I just get a little more comfortable?"
Yeah, I'm like, this would be
It's
awkward.
And,
Now,
and
when
then
they
if it's
work
a
on-
female chiropractor, she's like, room 4. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
going
no
in there.
Oh my God.
It just depends where the injury is. When you get to like lower back, I do remember that I had to like loosen my pants and
I
just
figure you gotta have some movement.
yeah.
I don't want to
Well,
look
you
like.
just don't wear
wear
pants
jeans,
that
silly.
buttons and
Or
yeah.
you could wear the cool jeans I'm wearing today.
Oh, what
that
you got on?
They have drawstrings.
Oh, nice.
They kind of
elastic waistband.
Let's see.
Yeah. Look,
Here, let me walk
look how
around.
cute
Also,
they
she's
are.
pregnant. In case y'all missed that, so that's why she'd be
I
wearing.
want some of those.
Some real.
They look like
elastic.
pajamas,
jammies, yeah.
but they're legit denim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
cute.
they are jammy like denim.
Right. I had
The
to
jammies.
get them
Speaking of
underneath the belly.
Pants. Everyone's talking about Dave Chappelle's pants when he did his monologue.
Why? What
I
happened?
didn't see them.
I didn't
I
notice
noticed that too. Like,
What was it?
Let me
Of
look
course,
it
I
up.
noticed it.
yeah, did you notice that too? Like,
I'm
wow.
just like
Oh, they were
so
just like
enthralled
Pitbull?
by his
It's Kevin's
yeah.
that
speech.
way.
Dave Chappelle is the pit bull of comedy
What was he wearing?
when it comes to his
Pants
pants.
were tight.
Ew.
Oh, you're
You can see
saying
what
that.
he's packing
Oh.
there.
Like, all the comments were like, "Wow, Dave."
Look at its magnificent size.
Oh, Lord.
He's on that.
And just like that, we go to the perverse route after we try and warn you about sex trafficking. There we go. Just right down that
It's
lane.
the circle of
But
life.
it's like he did this great 16, 17-minute monologue.
17
and then
minutes.
There's always somebody that.
It's got a troll.
Then it took over, and then everyone started talking about what he was saying. It was all about his pants and bulge.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Well,
my
coming up
gosh.
next in Celebrity Scoop, at this point yesterday, the Academy Award nominations had not come out yet, but now they are fully out. The rest of the show, we were talking about what we had seen, and there is a KRBE pop artist that is an Academy Award nominee now. Let's talk about that next. Here's your weather for today.
Isn't it weird in Houston? I mean, we had snow 2 days ago, making snowmen, and today it's going to be sunshine, high of 54.
Nice.
But by the end of the weekend, by Sunday, it's going to be almost 70 degrees.
Supposed to be wet.
Yeah,
I'm
we're going
okay
to get
with
rain
the
on
70.
Sunday.
If you were saying, like, it's going to be back to 90 on Sunday, I'd be like, no. What?
No, God, 90 would be
cool.
horrible.
Let's keep it the 70s for the next 5 months.
I'd like that.
So great. It'd
I
be
could deal with
so great. So just enjoy the cold while we have it. We'll be right back on the Roula and Ryan Show.
The Big House.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
Brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas. And yesterday, before the Academy Award nominations had come out, because we talked about it later in the show as they were coming down in the 7 o'clock hour, and then we had the full list by 8 o'clock. There are a lot. They're happening on March 2nd. And
There's some on our raw feed, too.
oh, yes.
The first 5
We
minutes.
did a raw feed. So that's the show after the show that's not for air. You can find it at KRBE's website on podcast.
Can you give a little clue?
App. Well,
Irvin and Ahmad went on in first because we were doing other
Yes.
meetings.
and they started
What did you do?
talking about Oscars, and we walked in
I got
and
nervous,
just
like,
blew
oh
that
no,
up.
we're going to lose all of our raw
Eric
feed.
was like, please make it funny. So I put a disclaimer in the beginning. If you don't want to hear Oscars talk, skip to 12 minutes in. I just had to get it out. We just really love movies, and so we wanted to discuss some of our favorites from the nominees.
Right
That
there,
is
like,
so
oh
funny.
Oh
no.
my God, it was literally girls on film.
Two snaps and a
What were you guys
kiss.
talking about? When I walked in, you were talking
Two
about
snaps and a
Anthony
kiss.
Mackie, like at maybe-
Because we were talking about
The history of
Wicked.
Anthony Mackie?
Yeah, we were talking about Wicked, and he was like, well, something about people need to go see original movies. People are tired of superhero movies. I was like, well, yeah, no one's excited for that Captain America movie that
Yeah.
I know of.
So that's why you have to
And that-
fast forward 12 minutes.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I feel
telling
bad.
you.
Like that movie has had to reshoot like 3 times, I believe.
If you want in-depth analysis of the
In-depth
Oscar noms,
analysis.
I pitched Irvin and Ahmad. I said, you guys, why don't you do a Friday podcast? You just play, like, talk about the stuff on our show that happened and put your own opinion on
Like a
it. And a recap, maybe play little clips and stuff. And
It's kind of like when you do reaction
Make it
videos
fun.
on Reels.
Right,
You're
yeah.
using somebody else's video that got a lot of
And
hits,
things
and
will
then you
happen.
put yourself
yeah,
on
that
top
might
of
be
it.
a little more fun than what we did.
Yeah.
Well, think about that concept.
So try that, try that.
That concept goes all the way back to the 90s when they used to have a show called Talk Soup.
Yep.
Where he would just like recap
Greg
all
Kinnear and
The talk shows.
what's his name?
Joel McHale.
McHale.
Kale did it. And
Greg
other
Kinnear
people in
became famous
between.
from that.
Oh, I thought it was only Joel McHale.
No, Greg Kinnear was the original. Do you know who that is?
Aisha
No.
Taylor.
Greg Kinnear has been in so many movies. He's been in. Did you ever see Knocked Up with Seth Rogen and Katherine Heigl?
Uh-huh.
Isn't he the? Oh no, that was Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball. I always confuse him.
He was also
He does
did
a compressing Titan.
He did a serious role, Something's Gotta Give, with Jack Nicholson, where he was a neighbor.
Ahmad wouldn't
He was
know
the
that
gay
one.
neighbor that got beat up.
He was in Friends. If you watched Friends, he was Charlie's super smart.
What was the movie where him and
Boyfriend.
Matt Damon were?
Stuck together.
Stuck on You.
Oh, this
Stuck on
guy.
You.
Yeah, what you see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greg
yeah. He's
Kinnear.
always like the dad or something.
Yeah, he started Talk Soup. So the Academy Award nominations came down, and Ariana Grande, guys, is nominated for an Academy Award.
Really?
Ariana Grande is an Academy Award nominee for Wicked. She has a Best Supporting Actress nod. Cynthia Erivo has a Best Actress nod. Now, Cynthia Erivo wins for Wicked, which she did not win for the Golden Globe, which a lot of times those line up. So, unfortunately, I don't know if the weight
You think
is
they'll-
on her side.
You think they'll be nominated next year again?
I think next
Oh, for
year
the
is
second
their
one?
year.
That's funny.
They'll either win
part
one
two.
or the
Yeah.
other.
When
next
does
year.
part
If
two come
Cynthia
out?
Erivo wins, she'll have an EGOT. An EGOT is Emmy, Golden Globes, Oscar, Tony, because she already has the Emmy, she already has the Grammy. I'm sorry, Emmy, Grammy. She already has the Grammy and she already has the Tony. If she gets the Oscar, she'll be an EGOT winner
Ooh, so she has
for Cynthia
all the
Erivo.
chances.
I always cheer for them.
Rula, when does the
March
second
2nd.
part
Oh, the second part?
By the same time as this year, probably
November something.
I think
they filmed it all together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm not gonna watch Wicked 1 until Wicked 2 is about to be November 21st. So like Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
November 21st will be Wicked 2.
That's a good idea.
So I'll
that
just
way
wait.
it's
A year
fresh
apart, yeah.
in your
because I'll
mind.
forget. I mean, look, there's so many series I watch, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. What happened
Right.
again?
That was the whole problem I had with Squid Game season 2. I'm like, oh my God, it's been years.
I just go on YouTube and I say, give me a recap. And I see the recap
there it is.
video of kids. Some kid makes it.
To Eric's point yesterday, when I was in the 8 o'clock hour, we had most of the official nominees out for the Oscars. I was saying, oh, well, here's who's not nominated. That was at the Golden Globes that were big hitters, like Angelina Jolie's not up, Nicole Kidman's not up, Selena Gomez didn't get one, Denzel Washington didn't get one. And Eric's point was, well, you got to get those A-listers in that front row or people don't care to watch.
Yep. You got to at least, if you have movies that are hits,
Yeah.
a few of them.
People will be
And
interested to see if
actors.
that movie won something. Like Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet.
That's great for him. This is his second nomination. He's not even 30. He's not even 30.
What's he nominated
But
for?
If he sits
Bob
in the
Dylan
front
movie.
row.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Not Wonka?
No. He's doing SNL this week. He's actually doing both.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Performer and the host.
Oh, wow.
And he's the first person since James Dean, or is it since James Dean or James Dean did it first? Yeah. James Dean, the actor James Dean, was the first person to get nominated twice for an Oscar before the age of 30.
He was only 24 years old when he died. Think about that. James Dean, which is an
Although
icon.
his pictures, he looks like he's a 50-year-old.
He
Sausage
does.
is
He
good.
looks tough. Well, I read the biography on him. That man had a wild 24 years. I'd
Well,
say
then
that
again,
much.
did he die in the 50s? I mean,
He died in 1954. He was
okay,
in a
so
car
in the
accident.
50s was what was the lifespan, like 55?
Yeah, back then.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
70.
he lived hard, that's for sure.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
You're right, though,
why
they
do
look
people
older.
look old in these pictures? Like, look at the Titanic survivors. Look at they're 130 years old. And they're like, this is a 17-year-old survivor.
Yeah,
What the
that's
hell?
true.
How is that possible?
Their outfits.
So, like, in 100 years, are people going to be looking at Instagram old, like, look at this old thing, like, it's called Instagram back in 2025? And they'll be like, oh, my God, why do they look so old?
Well, don't you see the videos? Like, I get that on TikTok. Like, here's what people in 1996 look like. And they play a song from that era and they show them in high school.
Oh, yeah, the high school.
They show the girls with their claw perm.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the high school. This is high school in the
haircut,
90s. High school in the
Poofy
80s.
front bangs.
And the hairspray. Yeah, they show those
Yeah.
all the time. Here's
But I get
2002.
the then and nows. You get those all the time, like on your feed.
People did look different.
I mean, everybody
yeah.
did different. And we had different everything.
Like the girls right now didn't go through that awkward phase that I feel like most girls did in middle school. I'm like, why do you look so pretty? Like,
Yeah.
why
Because
did
they
you
have YouTube tutorials
Why
telling
is
how
your
to contour
hair
their makeup
perfectly
at 12.
straight?
You almost
curly.
sound bitter about that, Sam.
Absolutely.
Like, wow,
I
you
had
look so
curly
pretty.
hair, and nobody liked girls with curly hair, so I used to straighten my hair all the time, and it never straightened because I didn't have a good straightener back then.
Sam, you
She
do
had
look
not
almost
been
the same.
probably
You've
been
showed
together.
us your high school pictures.
You look exactly the
You
same.
look the
actually.
same. You
And
don't
now
look
they
any
age a
different.
day.
And now you can have zits. It's cool. You just put
Stars all over your
stickers.
face.
Okay, was that shade?
That is deep shade, man.
Oh, do you have a Band-Aid on?
I have
He's got
two.
green
His little
stars on
stars.
his
He's got a couple green
pimple
stars.
patches.
Like, nobody
I
would
mean,
notice
it's
it, but then
just-
you put something to highlight it.
You just put makeup on it.
It looks cuter
Well,
than
they
a
have the
zit.
clear patches, which I get makes sense, but but some people just go right out there with it.
What about the ones on your nose? Like sometimes
that's the worst. On the bridge?
I'm not putting a star there. They don't
People
look like,
put it on their nose too.
I look like Rudolph.
Yeah.
They put it everywhere. All right, so best pictures, best picture nominations. Anybody see? And not in this room. I'm saying to those listening.
Okay.
Maybe you want to make a mark and say, okay, maybe I'll watch one of these. I haven't seen any of them. Like The Substance, which Demi Moore's up for an Academy Award.
Is that
It's a
free
big
anywhere? I
deal.
want to see that.
So it's on like a really artsy fartsy streaming service. That's $15. I
no.
paid it. I loved it. That was my favorite movie of last year.
I want to see it.
Demi Moore is going to be the one people are championing because when she won the Golden Globe and she made that speech about the producer told her she's just going to be a popcorn actress her whole life, and that's fine, but that's just what you are. You know, it really kind of stirred something up in people, especially because she'd gone away for such a long time. Every year, don't you feel like there's one that's like, oh, there's an 80s actor that's up for an Oscar. Let's rally for that person.
But my thing is, it's like, oh, the guy really told her off. It's not like you're not going to make it anymore. You're only going to be a popcorn making hundreds of millions of dollars.
You're only going to be a megastar.
You're not going to
for-
be someone that just makes those movies that
The artsy
for
ones.
$1,000. You're going to just be successful in these big popcorn movies. Oh, well, it's me. Can you believe that bastard said that to me?
I'm not
that's how
saying
I
it.
felt.
I think
I
the
know.
shade was
That's
is
how I
that
felt.
you don't have the depth to do something very inspirational and
Well, they
and
also
meaningful.
But she was able to
she
do
had
it,
her
and
book
she
that came
was.
out that was Demi Moore had a totally screwed up childhood. Her mother basically sold her for money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, her book, remember when her book came out, everyone's like, oh my God, Demi Moore's life. And then, I was talking about this yesterday. She disengaged from Hollywood to raise her kids with Bruce Willis in Idaho for all those years. She was married to Ashton Kutcher. Some people forgot that even happened. Some people forgot that even happened.
Yep. Totally
And then it's kind of like when Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake dated for 5 years and everyone thought they were going to be married. And I was like, I forgot they even were together.
Yeah.
So when you watch Shrek
Like a
3 or like Shrek 2 and Justin Timberlake is the pop star that Fiona is all in love with, is because Justin Timberlake was her real life boyfriend at the time that Shrek 2 was created. Do you know this, Ahmad?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah. If you ever watch Shrek 2 and Shrek's looking through Fiona's like childhood bedroom pictures, there's a picture of like a pop star for those ages and it's Justin Timberlake.
I forgot they even dated. I vaguely remember.
Did you guys watch
crazy.
that new movie came out last week? Jimmy Fox and Cameron.
I did.
I
Back
keep
in
seeing
action.
the tile
It was like
on
paint by
Netflix.
numbers.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
okay. Yeah, very
was.
paint by
It's like,
numbers.
we know how this is going to work. But
Mark fell asleep 4 different times every single time we tried watching it.
Is it an action film?
It's supposed to be action, but it's
Oh.
very.
I didn't feel the
pulled
chemistry
out-
with those two.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like-
you are
Yeah.
so right. There was
Like,
no
they're supposed to
chemistry.
be married. Like,
Well, there was a story last week that since I hadn't seen the movie, but I saw the tile. It said like how much money it took to get Cameron Diaz to come out of retirement. Like they paid her millions and millions
I'm
of dollars
sure
to
they
do
did.
that.
It was
project,
just-
but
they
I
said
don't-
$45 million. That can't be
What?
possible.
Oh
That's
my
I didn't
God.
click the whole story to read it.
That's why they raised the prices.
Yeah, we had to pay for it.
I know.
I mean,
Netflix has gone
if you
up.
have nothing
Right.
better to do, it's
not bad.
It's mindless. It's
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Or just keep watching Younger. I said that yesterday, and all these texts came in. They go, one person goes, "I was after midnight watching Younger too."
What season
Yes.
you on?
I wonder I'm on season 4, almost to 5
My wife's
now.
like
I'm on season 2.
And I was saying that the girl from Bridgerton is in season 4, and I didn't recognize her. The girl who plays Daphne in Bridgerton from season 1, she's the main star. She's Daphne.
In season 4.
In season 4, she
Okay,
shows
I
up,
haven't
and I
seen
go,
it.
how do I know this girl?
that's
How do I
funny.
know this girl? I go, oh my God, that's Daphne from Bridgerton! And she doesn't have a British accent, she has an Irish one.
Oh.
Because in real life, the girl that plays Penelope on Bridgerton, they're all British. This is all about English, Regency era, and the marriage mart, right? English. But the girl that plays Penelope is actually Irish. So she has to change her Irish accent to a British accent. In Younger, Daphne changes her British accent to an Irish accent.
Goodness.
But it's a cute little character so far.
It's
Anyway,
more beautiful in sing-songy.
and sing-song, and there's a thunder. There's a thunder.
Because
Yeah,
you
why
don't
is
see
the
the
H? The H is unpronounceable.
I really want to go to Ireland. I know, Kevin,
Thunder.
you really enjoyed your time there.
With the kids, they
Yeah.
love the castles.
and it's all green and
Yeah, that's-
lush and hilly.
And horses. You take a ride up the top of the hills.
They call my
See Enya.
Eaton.
See Enya.
They don't say
Enya lives in
Ethan.
a castle.
Really?
Did you know Enya lives in a castle?
Did you see her castle?
You can look it up on the internet.
But you didn't go to it?
How many pints did you have finding out that information at the local pub?
No, it's really. I saw it on the internet newses. It wasn't the fake news.
At some point, we're
sound like
going
Mrs.
to have to
Doubtfire.
play Kevin's new song, Bourbon Eyes, in honor of Eric's 6 o'clock hour
What was it you were going to
yesterday.
say, Eric? You were getting
No,
ready
it's
to
the same
say
thing.
something?
Like I think, like in my wife's, they're Persian. My in-laws called my son Eaton.
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 There's no th sound, I guess. So a lot of countries don't have that. But
Hey, the fact that you can speak more than one language, you're ahead of the game. You're smarter than I am, that's for sure. I could never pick up a second language.
once you get a certain age, you just like can't do it.
I'll just do it now.
Y'all selling yourselves short.
You can tell me Duolingo all you want. I could never learn Greek.
My kids are doing Duolingo, and I was like, speak Greek to me. And they're like, Mommy, I go, pesto salinicatora molis. Naxero diamathes.
I don't know what you're saying.
Diamathes. I said,
Sure.
tell me in Greek right now so you can tell me what you learned. So I will fast forward the program in Greek. Τώρα θα πάμε με το πρόγραμμα μας. Την έχουμε μπει
I don't think you
εδώ.
could have married a non-Greek.
I never dated a Greek until I dated Tassos.
I know, but I just don't think you
Yeah,
could have.
with your kids and stuff.
Yeah, because you guys are really Greek.
Yeah, but it's like,
my
your
wife-
wife is really Persian. She didn't
No,
have
my
Persian.
wife grew up in Iran for like 11 years. She came back. She's more American than you are.
So she kind of
she
shed
speaks
her
She's always
origins.
speaking Farsi to your parent. She's
Yeah,
always
but-
speaking Farsi to her sister.
But I just feel like you, which is great. You take that Greek
I'm immersed
flag.
in that culture.
I guess
I plant my flag.
I guess we can't really plant an Iranian flag in our area.
Timing might not be good.
People be mad at me and stuff. So I'm like, it's my peeps. I can't do that, I guess. But I love it.
Doesn't your wife talk to your daughters in Farsi sometimes? They know any words in Farsi?
A little bit. We try to. I just can't. I try and pick it up. I just can't do it. I don't know if I'm
like
dumb.
8 years old, you will learn the
dumb.
Kalamatyano. No, it is the Greek dance you will dance the rest of your life. Let's go.
I want to learn Farsi.
You closed yourself off to it. I mean,
No, I want to learn Farsi. Just it's hard. I need to learn English first.
One of those Babbel. Babbel is on sale right now for $149 lifetime subscription.
Oh,
You can
Babbel.
I see that
Maybe I'll
ad.
do that.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone. Just do it for 10 minutes a day. It's really easy while you're on the.
I told my wife to try.
Yes, you'll learn how to speak Irish like Kevin.
Put things around. You ever do that around your house? Like put Greek stuff like for refrigerator.
Or like Post-it notes and
Post-its,
stuff. Yeah.
Everything you look at the toaster for your kids.
Oh, we should have done that. That's probably a good idea. But no, I haven't done that. Maybe I should do
Did
that.
they do that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David, he hated the time that he wasted while he was urinating, so he put Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address on the wall, and every time he peed, he learned it.
Oh yeah, and then
He
needed
memorized it. And then he's going to go see Ted Danson in a play about Abraham Lincoln, and he forgot his line, and Larry
filled
in. Fill it in.
because they knew the line.
When we come back, we're going to check in with the listener line. We got a call from a woman who's having a really big day today.
It's an important call.
It's for sure a big moment in her life, and it's a lesson learned. So you'll hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
It's KRBE with more of the Roula and Ryan Show.
Okay, so yesterday we had Roula and Ryan's Roses, where we really truly believe that Sierra saved her sister from possibly being abducted because there's human trafficking.
This guy's been really shifty, not saying anything like about being a real person, doesn't FaceTime, wants to meet her at her hotel when he comes to Houston, claims he works on an oil rig. Just too many red flags.
Yep.
So interesting and timely that we got this call on the listener line because it did spur a lot of phone calls and comments about people having bad experiences when it came to dates or people they met.
Yeah, because we did take those calls, and I think that's why the girl heard that.
It spurred it.
I didn't even know Facebook had a dating
I had no idea.
area.
That there's
I don't even know
a
what
dating
this
section
is on Facebook.
Well, the
Someone said
Facebook came around after we were all in relationships.
Yeah.
And that's why we never.
But I mean,
used
I
it.
don't even know where.
The Facebook dating.
I
part
wouldn't
of it.
know where to find it.
Facebook.
And I don't want to find it. And
Yeah,
the
but
thing I want.
a lady called in or called the show yesterday, talked about that,
Right.
and this other.
So I want to say strong parental advisory here. This is a topic that you probably need to have with if you got a teenage daughter and they're starting to
or
the
even
whole dating.
college, just
College,
Definitely
yeah.
college
Or an
because
adult,
you're not
you're-
around them. You don't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not waiting for them to come home if they're not living with you.
this person sounds
And you
older.
don't want them to go somewhere. Even if you're 30 and you're going out with your friends, you don't want to get drugged or compromised in any way.
And that's something
Anybody
that happens
can get drugged.
all the time. Now, parental discretion, like I said, the call was about 5 minutes long, and I managed to get you the highlights of this. Okay, so it's about a little bit over a minute, and
Let's hear.
I just got to play it.
I had met a guy off of Facebook dating. I had been talking with him for 2 weeks, and he asked me if he could pick me up, and I felt comfortable. I asked him to pick me up at the front office. When we got into his truck, he was like, hey, I got us this really nice bottle of like Don Julio, and he was really persistent and really pressuring me, and it's extremely strong. By the time I made it to the restaurant, began to black out, and I knew I was in trouble. I ended up waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning to this man violently beating me, choking me, and raping me. Thank God he was actually having to go to work, and he left. I was covered from head to toe in bite marks, bruises, a concussion. He popped both my eardrums. He finally pled guilty. Aggravated sexual assault, 2nd degree. He was only given 8 years probation, but it has really made me want to talk to women and raise awareness. I go on Friday and I read my victim impact statement to him and to the judge, and I get that opportunity to face him, which I am. And from there, I'm going to begin making a public post on my social medias. I want to share to women things to look out for, not just with online dating, but any type of dating. And I definitely am going to be a voice, not just for women, but for anybody regarding sexual assault in any aspect. I learned so much through all of this, and so anything could happen, and you don't ever want to put yourself in a vulnerable spot to where something could potentially happen like that. Thank you for listening, and you guys have a great day.
Wow, so today is her victim impact statement.
She faces
all
the
you got was
victim.
probation?
8 years probation for that.
For violently,
Ridiculous. Oh, my God,
you
that's
heard
horrible.
the list of injuries.
You should have to get it cut off, or
Yeah.
there should be like an eye for an eye type stuff.
See, the thing is,
Why don't they do to him what he did to her?
Yeah.
How about that as a punishment?
That's why I sent him to
And then
prison.
throw him
then.
in jail.
The thing is that
I
ridiculous.
don't understand.
the word they use is recidivism, the likelihood that they are going to do it again, and it is extremely high.
And I bet that wasn't his first time.
Yeah, you don't just all of a
You
sudden-
don't just all of a sudden do that to one
Yeah.
person. That's insane. So, what are the signs there, right? Like you learn from everybody's experience. You don't take a drink from anybody that you don't know where it came from, unless that bottle has the seal and it was popped open right in front of you.
He had a bottle ready in the truck.
in the truck. That's why it's like
That's
even she said like I know better, and I should have followed my.
And in the unedited call, she went on to say like she was very cautious meeting the guy and, lived in an apartment complex. I don't want him to know where I live. So I had him pick me up at the front office, get into this truck, and he's got this bottle of Don Julio, and he really pressured her. She said she did 3 shots.
That's the stuff that scares me. Even
and
like
was out cold by the time they got to the restaurant.
even taking like a ride, like the Ubers of the world, those type of things. Like if you're in a house, so they pick you up. What if they talk with you and then they kind of get?
Yeah. That's what women think about all the time, Eric. You know how many
they're
times
thinking about you. Like you don't want to
my
talk to
friend
the
goes
guys.
down to the street.
could
She
follow
doesn't
you.
even put her house address to get
Right.
dropped off.
Oh,
She
really?
goes down the street because
I know
the
this-
world is so sick
Crazy.
All
right
it takes
now
is
and
one
crazy.
nutball, right?
Right, 100%. There's a thing going around. I hope it's made enough rounds on Instagram about, especially for girls, if you're in front of your apartment complex, your dorm, you're on an elevator in an apartment building or a high rise or wherever it is that is your home base, and a strange man says, "You live here?" You never say yes.
No.
You always say, "Oh, I'm just visiting my boyfriend." Or, "No, my boyfriend lives here. Or, I'm visiting my mom," or whatever. You never say that's where you live, because it is the weirdest thing. How often, I'm going to ask the men in the room, how often has a woman said to you, "Oh, do you live here?"
Never.
Never.
Men ask us that all the time. Why is that?
That's strange.
Do you work here?
That's creepy.
And I live in a high rise, and
No, I don't work here.
I don't even talk to the
Don't
people.
think-
I'm always on my phone, or if I'll say something, I'll say, "How you doing?" I've never said, "Oh, what floor do you live on?" or "Where do you live?" or "What are you doing?"
Okay, so
or,
in that position, Eric, you're in the elevator. If I was in the elevator and I was going to go to my floor and then a man got in there, I would hit another button and go to a different floor. And I would have to stand on the other floor.
Get off on the wrong floor.
Or just get out on the
Throw
very
him
next
off.
floor
Take
and get out of the
stairs-
elevator
and
with
take
him.
the stairs down to the real floor.
If you
Yeah.
can, a lot of times those doors are locked.
No.
Right.
A lot of times the high
Depending
rises
on,
not.
because in high
Oh,
rises,
okay.
I can't lock those because
Fire
fire
hazard.
code.
Well, let me change subjects here for a minute, because Eric loves to talk about Costco, and
Hell
the Super
yeah.
Bowl is coming up. You can get paid $1,000 to taste test Costco's Super Bowl snacks.
Let's go, Kev. Come on.
If the cutoff for the
You have a
applications is
membership.
next Wednesday. You have to
Give me my
photograph.
+1.
They're calling it the Sideline Sampler Side Hustle. You got to taste 20 different snacks, wings, pizza, mini tacos, mozzarella sticks, and more.
hell yeah.
You have to have a Costco membership to get the snacks. You have to photograph each item, write a write a brief description,
Beef.
and rate them all based on how good they are and how hard they are to make. Now you go to financebuzz.com/sideline-sampler.
Oh, that's too
Sounds like
It's
a lot
the
of work.
Sideline sampler.
I mean,
The
I'll just
sideline
Google.
sampler.
I want $1,000. but
Costco.
So listen, it pays you $1,000, and then you get a $500 gift card to buy the food. Applications are open through next Wednesday,
I'll just go on Prize Picks.
and they're
gamble
hiring
it.
one person to taste this. So go again.
Oh, only one person?
Yeah, financebuzz.com. You apply for it.
That's like that disclaimer.
financebuzz.com/sideline-sampler. They'll give you a $1,000 Costco gift card if you, to do this, and
Millions
$500
win.
to buy all the food.
One will win.
Clickbait.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool.
For KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
I just want to do this for you, Eric, because I know how much you love your 80s hair metal, all that
yeah.
stuff. Of course, we have Mardi
My
Gras
Costco, and I love my 80s metal.
in Galveston. Brett Michaels, lead singer Poison, is going to be performing with musician Kevin Fowler at the
It's Kevin Fowler, he's the country guy.
Yeah.
I think.
Kevin Fowler and Camera Saki Band. They're all going to headline the concerts at Mardi Gras in Galveston this year.
Ooh, that's fun.
So
Last year
Mardi
we
Gras
all got
Galveston
together.
marks its 114th year with celebrations February 21st through March 4th on the island.
Do you know who Poison is, Sam?
I do. He was on a dating show.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but what song does
what-
Poison
give us one.
do?
One?
Every rose has a thorn.
Yes.
Has a thorn, yes.
Has its thorn.
All right.
Thorn.
I mean, that was close enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
wasn't
really
cool.
close.
That
know
was
the song.
good, Sam.
Thank you.
I gotta
And on
hand
the
it to you.
spot,
Talk dirty to
Very
me.
nice.
yeah.
I don't feel like doing that right now, Ryan.
Probably
Unskinny Bop.
need
Yep.
to update my band tees. Get
Look
what
at
I
the
mean.
cat
just blows me away.
The first time I saw their album cover, I was like, man, those girls are ugly.
That CC girl, she got a few drinks,
That's
maybe.
a lot of pink lipstick. All right, Special K is coming up next with a prank call. Has to do with an engagement ring.
So when you send your engagement ring back in to be cared for by the jeweler, the last thing you want to hear is that they broke it, lost it, or even worse.
Oh, no.
Oh, good God. Kevin's going to mess with some poor man. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.